Alright, I got the plate and I cleaned up. I looked at both sides, I raised it up, got underneath of it, and the way it was stacked and the metal being so good, it probably still had like oils and stuff on it, but they've been sitting outside so long. This side here, the mill scale, almost all of that came off with just a grinding wheel, a brand new big one, and I didn't, angle it. I just ran it flat and scuffed off all the rust, and all the mill scale started coming off. So, and I got to looking at the other side, and the other side just feels all scaly. All the mill scale's coming off, so I'm going to leave that alone, and I'll probably just like soak it, like rags and whatever and vinegar, and just let it set on there and clean all that off. But this here damn near come clean. You can see where that 3/8 plate was setting on it. Where that plate was setting, all that mill scale came off because it trapped moisture and water between it, and it basically loosened up all the mill scale off of it. I mean, it's good plate. I got that little corner there that's kind of sketchy with mill scale, and around the outside, around perimeters, but right where that plate was setting, this thing's clean. But I think the other side, because it was setting completely on another sheet, I'm hoping it'll come cleaner. And then if I soak it or whatever. My little horses, they're supposed to be good for about 600-700 pounds, but I don't trust them. So I got the fork, it's sitting on the horses, but I still got the forks underneath of it. And then I got the legs up here positioned how I kind of want them. And we'll start shoving bolts through. And then I'm going to be kind of particular how I run the bolts, because actually you should bolt whatever piece, like the head of the bolt should go on the piece of angle, but I don't want to look at the bolt and the nut. I just want to look at the head of the bolt be showing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to tap. And I didn't oversize these holes, so all these holes, these are 5/8 drilled, so they are oversized for a drill, but because I might have to tap some of them in. To hold something square, you want to have it as tight as you can on the hole. If need be, I have a reamer I can run through, but I'm hoping I don't have to. Yeah, right together. Alright, I forgot to turn the camera back on. I got in the little groove and started getting these things together. It's starting to look like something. Now I'm sure when I get this together, because I'm going to tighten it up so I get it all pulled together where I need to drill and tap my holes. You know, and I got to make sure it stays square, so I might even have to put a come along on it if I don't have one of these clips. Something's a little crooked, or I got a base plate a little crooked, I might have to put a come along on it. But then when I go to put it back together, probably have to leave it completely loose. I'll bolt it all together and loose, and then start all the bolts in the plate, and then draw it back up. And then it'll basically pull it back self-square. But I got a feeling it's going to be pretty decent. Yeah. And heavy. Well, I'll start snugging some of these up. I got this old Mac 1/2-inch impact. Mac tools. I know I've had this 25 years. It doesn't get used every day, but I have it set on its lowest setting. No Waldos on it yet. I probably spoke too soon. And now I'm thinking I got 3 inches around it all the way. It's pretty damn square. The plate's a little off. I mean, it ain't much. I mean, it's not a perfect. I mean, it's 57 that way. And 57 1/8 that way. Okay. Two 7/8 on that side. 2 7/8. 3. 3/4. 2 7/8. 2 7/8 ish. That's 3. Yeah, 3 1/8. 3. Whoa, that was probably too damn much. 3. 3. 2 7/8. 2 7/8. 3. 3. And 2 7/8. That's close enough in my world. Well, now to center punch all these, and I'll probably hold that down with a clamp in case me tapping on the hammer to center punch. So I probably ought to put clamps on it. Make it vibrate. And you'll get to drilling and threading, and then you'll get 1 or 2 or 3 in, and then you're going to start trying to figure out why none of it's lining up. Alright, here's something you don't get to see much of on my channel. I wish I had more, but looks like poopy. I'm just going to go see how well I can do it on the grinder. The grinder didn't do too shabby. I mean, did that with the grinder, and I took it over to the lathe and did a little better with the file. Last hole, and I got 12 of them to cap. Already did 4. All right. Well, I stayed up late last night and got the thing all back together, and I epoxy primed it, sprayed it, everything. It was a quick set primer, so I had the door open, and it smells like paint in here bad right now. And then I got it flipped over and got to looking at the top, how flaky it was. So then I took this is a bunch of that pigment, that oil soaked rag you throw on the floor to clean up oil spills and stuff. It's a gallon of evapo-rust soaking in it. There's probably actually this stuff held a bunch of water. There's about 3 gallons of water on this table and a gallon of evapo-rust. But this stuff and it's been soaking all night. I mean, I'll bring the camera over here. It's starting to lift all the mill scale and everything like that. I'll leave it on there probably about all day. Okay, I left it soak underneath, with the pigment saturated and evapor-rust and water, and it's been close to 24 hours. I rolled all this stuff up and put it all in a trash bag to save it all, because it'd probably need a second soak, and it did. But 90% of it came off. There was some around the outside edge, and most of it came off, because all I did was I rinsed it off and And then I took my air hose to blow the water off, and I was blowing the mill scale off with the air hose. So the thing is baby smooth. It's just there's like little pieces all around within 5 inches of the outside area. I don't know if that's from the flame cut where it heated it up enough, and that mill scale's a little harder now. But and it's still got a dark color to the metal. You know, of course that evapor rust does that unless you buff your parts. So I got an old car buffing wheel, an old one that's no good anymore. I'll probably buff the table to bring out the metal shine in it. But I'll move the camera around here, and I'll fold back some of this, and you can see how nice this metal really is for sitting outside in the weather for about 3 years. It's not pitted at all. It's actually smooth. I mean, see, my hands, it's already working. I just now got it covered back up and added another gallon to it, and I'll let that set for a day and do it again tomorrow. You can see that's how black it is, but you can see my hand, I'm rubbing more than the crud off, so it's going to come a lot cleaner. I mean, I rub, but you can see the pattern underneath of it from the mill scale. And then there's no mill scale there at all. That's just been buffed off, and now I'll just give it another soak. And this thing should look like a brand new plate. I was going to use muriatic acid, but that stuff's nasty to mess around with. Okay, I just took the rags off and wiping it down with some Scotch-Brite. Get ready to spray it off. Yeah, got the rags right here all rolled up. Got some steel for the farm job I'm doing. Mud hole here is what I'm doing. That absorbent towel started drying up, so it's stuck to it a little bit. You kind of see the staining still in it, but I think that'll probably buff off once I get the DA sander all running on it. Just so I'll rub off some of the mill scale. That's all mill scale right there and there. There's a piece, and it was real thick out here. I don't know, like I said, if it was hardened from the flame cut edge or not. I don't know. But I'll get it off sometime or another. Another big patch of mill scale right here. Other than that, all the mill scale's gone. It's just all stained now, and I can rub it with my hands and still get dirty. You know, it's still coming off. So I think it's going to come out pretty nice. Yeah, I'll get this thing squeegeed off and dried, and I'll go over it with my grinder, and I'll take it back in my warm shop and do the buffing on it.